Welcome back. Today is the 30th anniversary of the release of this album, and I had to take a minute to dive into it with you guys. This is my favorite album of Pearl Jam's, and I know that that is probably an unpopular opinion to most, but I'm a huge fan of the band. I actually have this album on vinyl, you can kind of see up there, but that is still fully sealed. It's an original copy from the release in '96, and just for the record, there's a sticker on it that says it was $12.99, and I wish vinyl was still that price today, but anyways, this album was released on August 27th, 1996, and it was 5 years to the day of the release of their debut album, 10, which was released on August 27th, 1991. So this would be 30 years of this album and 35 years since the release of 10. This is No Code. And it says it right here as well, in this stamp. And it says Pearl Jam, No Code. The epic number and epic records right here. I just like how it seamlessly fits into the mosaic. This was their fourth album, which was hard to believe. They put out 4 albums in 5 years, considering what the later years have been. You can see all of these little snapshots make up a collage of sorts. But what I like about this is that it opens very unconventionally, and it makes this really nice fold out, almost like a gatefold of a vinyl as well, but you can see the band here in the studio, and then the track listing here, and then the production notes and the band members all listed here. At the time for this album, Jack Irons was their drummer. But I just really thought just the unconventional approach was kind of nice. And here is the disc, which is just like a decoder, and you can see it says Pearl Jam, No Code, and then there's just all these symbols around, and it's just kind of a fun way, an abstract way of doing things. And then instead of liner notes, you actually get this envelope that has some other photos in here of the band in the studio, and these little Polaroid postcards, and each album would have had a different set, almost like collectible cards, which is just reminds me of how a lot of K-pop is these days. But on the back of these cards is actually the lyrics for the tracks. So we'll just take a quick look through these. This one is for Hail Hail. This one is for Who You Are, which was the first single from this record. That was quite a departure for the band. It turned a lot of folks away. This one is In My Tree, which has no lyrics, even though the song does have lyrics. This one is for Smile, with the 3 crooked hearts and swirls all around. This was actually a handwritten note, which is where the lyrics for the song came from. This is for Off He Goes, which is one of my favorites. This one is for Lucan, which is very short and sweet and punk rock. This one is for Mankind. Probably YouTube probably doesn't like that one as much, so we will flip that. And this is for I'm Open, which is very just some spoken word poetry over a really great instrumental. And this one is Around the Bend. But you can see that you don't get all of them. But what I did anytime I happened to come across a cheap copy of it, even if the CD wasn't in good shape, I tried to just purchase some used ones just so that I could check a few. So I have 2 more versions here. They're exactly the same, other than the cards. So you can see here, we didn't see this one. That is for Sometimes. This is for Hail Hail again, but you can see the photos have changed, even though some of the song lyrics are repeating. See, there's Smile again. Red Mosquito. We didn't see that one. This album, in present tense, that is probably my favorite track on this album. It's such a manic sounding album. You start off slow and then you get hit really hard, and then you trail off to a ballad again, and then you hit like the fast Lucan punk rock, and then there's a acoustic driven song, and Who You Are is almost a Middle Eastern in its rhythm, and I find this album to be an unhailed masterpiece. I can see why it has its critics, but for a band that was known for changing music at a time when music was being changed, to continue to go outside of that, I just always found impressive. And I loved that just over the years it just grew on me to where it's my favorite now. This one I think I picked up for $1, and it only had 3 of them in it, but this picture we'd already seen. But these are different, but they are the same songs that we saw. It was a time of experimenting for them, and they did so in the packaging as well. I always contemplate opening that vinyl just so that I could see if it's bigger cards in there, if I can ever find me a second copy that isn't terribly overpriced. I would buy me another copy of vinyl just so I could listen to it and open it. But for now, while we celebrate the 30th anniversary of this, I just wanted to thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next dive.